te devi pranamami haripriye. वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। हे कृष्ण करुणा श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधरा श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 रामा राम रामा हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 रामा राम रामा हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 रामा राम रामा हरे हरे। Okay. Hare Krishna. So today I will take you, I want to discuss about Tiruppan Alvar and a story about the Brahmana and the cobbler. So before we go there, we will go to the one Srimad Bhagavad Gita, one of the verses. Just give me one moment. Let me pull that. Oh, it's also Chaturvarnyam Maya Srishtam. It is in DG 4.13. Okay. So all of you, we can recite after me. So Prabhu, can you go first? Are you in a position to recite? Okay. Mataji's, Nimada, are you in a position to recite after me?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, good. So, Chaturvarnyam Maya Srishtam
Chaturvarnyam maya srishtam
Gunakarma Vibhagashaha
gunakarma vibhagashaha
Tasya Kartaramapi Mam
tasya kartaramapi mam
Vidhyakartaramavyayam.
vidhya kartaramavyayam.
Any other devotee would like to repeat?
I can repeat, Prabhu.
Chaturvarnyam Maya Srishtam
Chaturvarnyam maya srishtam
Gunakarma Vibhagashaha
gunakarma vibhagashaha
Tasya Kartaramapi Mam
tasya kartaram mam
Vidhyakartaramavyayam.
vidhyakartaram avyayam.
I can go next, Prabhu.
Okay. Chaturvarnyam Maya Srishtam
Chaturvarnyam maya srishtam
Gunakarma Vibhagashaha
gunakarma vibhagashaha
Tasya Kartaramapi Mam
tasya kartaram api mam
Vidhyakartaramavyayam.
vidyakartaravavyayam.
Okay. Anyone would like to read synonyms? Okay. Yeah.
Chaturvarnyam, the four divisions of human society. Maya, by me. Srishtam, created. Ghana, of quality. Karma, and work. Vibhagashaha, in terms of division. Tasya, of that. Kartaram, the father. Api, although. Mam, me. Vidhi, you may know. Akartaram, as the non-doer. Avyayam, unchangeable.
Read the translation.
Translation. According to the three modes of material nature and the work associated with them, the four divisions of human society are created by me. And although I am the creator of this system, you should know that I am yet the non-doer, being unchangeable.
Okay. Any devotee who would like to read the purport?
I can read, Prabhu.
Yeah, go ahead.
The Lord is the creator of everything. Everything is born of Him, everything is sustained by Him, and everything after annihilation rests in Him. He is therefore the creator of the four divisions of the social order, beginning with the intelligent class of men, technically called Brahmanas due to their being situated in the mode of goodness. Next is the administrative class, technically called the Kshatriyas, due to their being situated in the mode of passion. The mercantile men, called the Vaishyas, are situated in the mixed modes of passion and ignorance, and the Shudras or laborer class are situated in the ignorant mode of material nature. In spite of his creating the four divisions of human society, Lord Krishna does not belong to any of these divisions because he is not one of the conditioned souls, a section of whom formed human society. Human society is similar to any other animal society, but to elevate men from the animal status, the above mentioned divisions are created by the Lord. Further, systematic development of Krishna consciousness. The tendency of a particular man towards work is determined by the modes of material nature which he has acquired. Such symptoms of life, according to the different modes of material nature, are described in the 18th chapter of this book. A person in Krishna consciousness, however, is above even the Brahmanas. Although Brahmanas by quality are supposed to know about Brahman, the supreme absolute truth, most of them approach only the impersonal Brahman manifestation of Lord Krishna. But a man who transcends the limited knowledge of a Brahmana and and, and reaches the knowledge of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Krishna becomes a person in in Krishna consciousness, or in other words, a Vaishnava. Krishna consciousness includes knowledge of all different plenary expansions of Krishna, namely Rama, Narsimha, Varaha, etc. And as Krishna is transcendental to the system of the four divisions of human society, a person in Krishna consciousness is also transcendental to all divisions of human society, whether we consider the divisions of community, nation, or species.
Yeah, thank you, Mataji. So here, one very significant term that Prabhupada used is conditional soul. Okay, you see, conditioned souls. So I'll explain what this is before, one minute. Let me go to the 15th chapter. Okay. So, okay, before I go there, what do you mean by conditioned souls? Soul, okay, we are all Atma, that is soul, okay. What do you mean by conditioned soul? Something conditioning. What do you mean by that? Okay. So see, you must all have read this whenever there are offers given, right? There is a word that comes, conditions apply. This word will come, conditions apply. So what does that mean? Suppose if there is a 50% off, they say, and then they'll put as conditions apply. So when we ask what are those conditions, they'll say, oh, this condition is only for, it's up to 50%. It's not 50%. It can be any percentage from 1 to 50. One that will say. Second, they'll say, okay, this applies to 50% applies to only this aisle in the store. 30% applies to these pants. 20% applies to these shirts. So, give me an example. Conditions apply means there are certain conditions. Beyond that, they cannot go over. Similarly, we souls are called conditioned souls. Okay, that means all of us, like every souls, all of us have some conditions. Beyond that, we cannot work. Okay, for example, right? We went through this one verse, right? Ahar nidra bhayamaitunam cha samanyametat pashubhir naranam. Okay, there are four things equal, which are equal between humans and animals. What is that? Eating, sleeping, mating, and defending. Four things are equal. Okay, so let me take these four things. So you tell me, in these four things, right? These four things, right? Which animal or human, like, is there any animal which can surpass our human eating? Any animal? Or humans are the greatest in eating? You can speak out, Mataji and Prabhuji.
Did not understand the question properly, Prabhu. Can you repeat?
What are in eating? Is there any animal which is above humans? I mean, which can eat better than humans? Or which can eat more than humans?
Wolf?
Wolf. Okay.
Yeah.
What else?
Elephant, Prabhu?
Perfect. Elephant. Then
Lion?
lion, one day it will eat, for whole week it has to stay. No, it will not eat until it becomes hungry.
Cows, Prabhu. Cows and buffaloes.
Cows, buffaloes. Okay. Basically, any animal which is bigger than our human size of body, who are heavier than us, they eat better than us. Okay. Whale. Okay. Sharks, timingalas we say, no? They all of them. Sleeping. Is there an animal who sleeps more than us?
Bear, Prabhu.
Bear. Which bear?
The polar bears. They sleep
Like,
entire.
yeah, entire
Right.
season sleep.
Yeah,
Polar.
sleep entire season.
Okay. Who else?
I think even rabbits also,
Eels.
Prabhu.
Sorry?
Rabbits also, I think.
Rabbits.
They go to hibernation, I think, right?
Okay. But they're not considered, like, yeah, they go to hibernation under the ground.
Yeah, under the ground.
Ground they go, but not entirely sometimes. Okay. They are always fearful, very fearful.
Oh, okay.
They cannot sleep like polar bear. Yeah. Any other?
Male lions, Prabhu.
Lions. Okay.
Yeah, lion sleeps a lot.
Okay. Then
Bats.
bats. Okay. Very good. Then
Koala?
koala bear. Exactly. The koala bears. What do you call koala bear only or
Yeah,
koalas?
koala. Koala, that's all.
Koalas, right? Yeah. Their movement is so slow. Very slow. Their movement. Always fully in tamoguna. Okay. Who else?
Pandas.
Pandas. Exactly. So when you have these pandas, what they do? They sleep for a lot. They every day they're active, but they sleep for a lot of hours. And instead, they don't like to to walk around and all that. They like to roll. Pandas like to roll. That lazy they are. So there are animals who are above our sleeping capacity, right? Humans sleeping capacity there are, right? In mating, is there any animal which is higher? Okay, there is a bird, pigeon. Pigeon mates with its counterpart 26 times a day. Okay, so that is one given. In defending, who is the best defender?
Lion, tiger.
Lion, tiger, all the ferocious animals, right?
Yes.
And in this part of the continent, we say the bears, the brown bears. Okay, so you see, all of these four, the ahara, nidra, bhaya, maithunam, there, there is every animal who surpasses the humans. Humans are not even equal to these. Okay, the only difference is that what is that? Dharmo hi eko adhiko vishesho. The only difference that the lions and the animals and the humans have is dharma. We can follow dharma, they cannot follow dharma. Okay, that is there. So if these are the four conditions, or I would say these are the four things that are common between animals and humans. Okay, and why they're all there? Because again, it's modes of nature, material nature. So the sleeping, right? Whoever is sleeping very like too much in human life, next life they'll become these. Okay, those who are again in tamoguna, but they're very ferocious. Rajoguna is also there. They become lion and tiger. So all of these animals and birds, right? They have a tamoguna component, very high tamoguna component, and other components are also there. Okay, but basically less of others, more of tamoguna. They all become animals. So here the word that is given is that when they are born, conditioned souls, like conditions apply, I mentioned, right? So based on that conditions, they cannot go beyond that. So suppose lions can eat only carnivorous meat. They cannot go beyond. They cannot eat any plant food. Okay. Koala, I think they're vegetarians. I'm not sure. Koalas, I'm not sure. But you see pigeons, they sometimes eat grains, sometimes eat insects and all that. That is also there. Elephant, only grains. Sorry, grass. Cows, grass and leaves. Okay. And some fruits, they all eat that. So buffaloes like that, whales, and some other fishes it eats. So you have conditions. All of them have conditions. Okay. The person who is in a human body has the conditions little relaxed. That's why our range of eating is very high. Our range of eating, just, animals and birds, they don't cook. Okay, they just eat it like this. But because we have got little, the conditions are little loosened, we have more intelligence than them, right? Then what we cook, so many varieties we cook, but still we have only certain capacity. Beyond that, we cannot do it because there are so many recipes in Vaikuntha which we don't know. Okay, it is mentioned that Rupa Goswami is mentioned that Radharani, from the beginning of the creation, right? She's been cooking every day a new item for Krishna. Every day. Imagine, it's like zillions and zillions and zillions of years. Zillion to the power of zillion to the power of zillion to the power of zillion. If you do like that, from that many years, Radharani is cooking, and every day it is a new. And what is this item about? This is a kheer. That many varieties of kheer is there. So in Vaikuntha, there is much more things to be enjoyed or to enjoy than in the this one. Okay, so we are conditioned, very much conditioned soul, and that's why Krishna says um, in Bhagavad Gita. See, oh, 15th chapter. Let's see. Fallible, infallible. See, there are, Krishna is saying, you see this one? I'll go to the verse. Dvav imau purushau loke ksharashchakshara evacha ksharah sarvani bhutani kutasthokkshara uchyate. So Krishna is saying dvav imau. See, translation. There are two classes of beings, the fallible and the infallible. In the material world, every living entity is fallible. And in the spiritual world, every living entity is called infallible. Okay, two types of classes of beings are there. One is fallible. That means who can fall down, who can commit mistakes and fall down. So every person in the material world, even from Brahma, Chandra, Varuna, all demigods, okay, except Lord Shiva and Parvati, they are special. So apart from that, every demigod, even Lord Subramanya, because there is a past life. If you see the Shanmukhotpatti in Ramayana, it comes. There is a past life of Shanmukha. So there are what? Every living entity in the material world is fallible. That means they've all committed some mistake in the upper plan in Vaikuntha and we fell down. Okay? Every living entity. Every, even ant, everyone. Okay? And in spiritual world, whoever is there, they are called infallible. That means they don't fall down. They don't commit mistakes like this. Beyond these two categories, what Krishna is saying in the next verse, that I'm above these two persons. That's why his name is Achyuta. See? Uttama purushastvanyah paramatmeti udahritah yo lokatrayamavishya vibharti avyaya ishwaraha. Besides these two, there is greatest living personality, the Supreme Soul, the imperishable Lord Himself. And that is me, he says this. Okay. So, the souls that who have fallen down, right? They are what? Ksharaha. That means who can, Kshara means to fall down. Okay. Aksharaha means those who have not fallen down, those who are inhabitants of Vaikuntha. So those who have fallen down, again, right, if they're born in human life, there are four categories. What is that? One is a Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and a Shudra. These four categories are there. Four categories, okay? Brahmana, as you know, in the purport is mentioned, they are sattvic. Okay? Kshatriya, they are mostly rajasic. Okay? Vaishya is rajasic and what else? Tamasic. And Shudra is basically Tamasic. Okay? These are the four categories. So again, the gunas of each of Brahmanas, we can go through that one today. Let's go to the Bhagavad Gita, 18th chapter, 18.40. Let's see. Okay, let's go to 18th chapter and 40 verse. Yeah. Mataji, Prabhuji, anyone would like to read this?
I can read, Prabhu.
Yeah, go ahead.
Brahmanas, Kshatriya, Vaishyas, and Shudras are distinguished by the qualities born of their own natures in accordance with the material modes or ancestors of the enemy.
So here is what? Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, and Vaishyas. They're all distinguished by qualities. Just now we went through that qualities: Sattva Guna, Rajoguna, Tamoguna. Okay, go ahead, Mataji.
Peacefulness, self-control, austerity, purity, tolerance, honesty, knowledge, wisdom, and religiousness. These are the natural qualities by which Brahmanas work.
So Krishna is saying peacefulness, self-control, austerity, purity, tolerance, honesty, knowledge, wisdom, religiousness. Apart from this, there are more actually. In Srimad Bhagavatam it comes. Okay. But these are the guna. Okay. Guna of Brahmanas. Okay. Then go ahead.
Heroism, power, determination, resourcefulness, courage in battle, generosity, and leadership are the natural qualities of work for the Kshatriyas.
So heroism, they have to be very courageous when in battle, and they're very generous, like they donate very nicely. And leadership qualities, they're all kshatriyas. Okay, yeah. Next one.
Farming, cow protection, and business are the natural work for the Vaishyas, and for the Shudras, there are labor and service to others.
To all others. Okay, these are the gunas. Okay, so the karmas, actually here it is a karma. Farming, it is mentioned, cow protection, and business, they're all karmas of Vaishyas. And Shudras, what is the karma they can do? Labor and service to others. So there are two things, one is a guna and one is a karma. Okay, by guna you can be Brahmana, but by karma you can be a Shudra. That means if you person gets, what is that, salaried, no, all salaried persons are basically Shudras. Okay, so you see the next verse which says, by following his qualities of work every man can become perfect. Now please hear from me how this can be done. So from here on it says how it can be achieved. Perfection can be achieved. But basically if you come here, right, the work of Brahmanas and the work of others are different based on their gunas. That is Sattvic, Rajasic, Tamasic, and these three gunas. Right? But in the purport, if you see, Prabhupada has mentioned, devotees, Vaishnavas are beyond this. They are beyond because they're directly touching the supreme pure. Okay, as I mentioned, Krishna says, Mamai Vamsho Jiva Loke. All living entities in this material world are my amshas. That is, they're my amsha, mean they're my part and parcels. Okay, Krishna says, they're all are my part and parcels. What do you mean by parcel? What do you mean by parcel?
Karma of last life.
Karma of last life. Okay. So when you go for, in India, we say, when you go to a hotel,
Mhm.
you say, go and get a parcel. We'll say, go and get a parcel of sambar or rasam or
Yeah.
huh? So what do you mean by when we say go and get a parcel? What does it mean? Like parcel means what happens when we say get a parcel? Suppose there is a big vessel is there, sambar vessel is there, okay, and we want a parcel out of it, okay. That means there's a huge one. In that one scoop, they will take it out and they will pack it for us, and we take it out. So that sambar is kind of is what? It is
Part of,
separated.
yeah.
Yeah, correct. It is separated, and then what? Qualitatively, is it same as the big one?
No.
Qualitatively. Yes. See, qualitatively, the same sambar, whichever is in the bigger pot, is same as the smaller portion also. Qualitatively, it is same. Quantitatively, it is huge. One is a huge anda, and the other one is a small one scoop of it. So that's what Krishna is saying. Mamai Vamsho Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. That means all the entities are from my amshas, from my parts and parcels. Parts and parcel means separated actually. They're separated, but they're my parts. Okay, every living entity. So that living entity, so if the Supreme Lord, okay, imagine in the same sambar, they add huge preparation. Imagine huge anda is there. Imagine in that there is a half kilo of or a 1 pound of salt is added, right? So even in the small scoop, do you think that same 1 pound of salt is there? Yes or no?
No.
No, right? So in that small scoop, how much do you think a salt will be there? A small portion of that, not 1 pound. Maybe no, divided 1 pound by 100, maybe a quarter spoon of a salt might have been there. In that small scoop I'm talking about, right? So why I'm giving this example is Ramanujacharya has given this example. That the salt example he has given. See, can we say that sambar has whatever the preparation we made, it is made of salt? Yes, we can say. But can we say entirely it is salt? No. The salt is there in every kana or every small atom. If in that salt will be there. Little spoon you take, salt will be there. Half of that salt will be there. It doesn't mean that entire thing it is a salt. So like that, Ramanacharya is explaining that it is the Lord's creation everywhere, but in every atom, the Lord is there. It is not the Lord everywhere. It is the Lord's energy everywhere, but the Lord is also there. You know, Kshirodakashaya Vishnu is there in every atom. Every atom he expands. Okay, so we are also parts and parcels. So we are also separated energies of the Lord. Now, what that means, because the Lord is supreme pure, we are also pure, but not supreme. We are a small part. Okay. The Lord has supreme individuality. We also have we also have individuality, but that's not supreme. We have minute individual. That individuality is the thing that defines you. That means you have the individuality or independence to choose what I should do, what I should not do. My actions should be sattvic or my actions can be tamasic. Okay, you decided. That individuality is given to you. The Lord gives you that independence. So the people who misuse that independence, they all fall down into the animalistic life. Okay, so I said this Brahmanas, Kshatriya and Vaishya Shudra, right? So now I will tell about the stories. About 2 stories I will quickly wrap up. One is the cobbler and the Brahmana. So both of them were devotees of the Lord. Okay. So Narad Muni, one day he was going, he was visiting, like he preaches across all the 3 worlds. So he visited this Brahmana and asked, go and Brahmana received him very nicely and asked him, what all you do and all that. Then Brahmana said, I'm doing such and such activities and all. They had good conversation and Brahmana gave nice hospitality because it is Narad Muni. And then he asked, what are you going to do next? So Narad Muni said, I'm going to go to Vaikuntha. So when you go to Vaikuntha, Brahmana is asking, can you go and ask him, please, when I will get moksha? And also tell me what he was doing there when you went there. So Narad Muni said, yeah, sure, I will come back and tell you. Then Narad Muni was passing by and he saw a cobbler. And cobbler was also a great devotee of Lord. Okay. So the same conversation happened. And the cobbler asked, when you go and ask him, please tell me what he was doing when you were there. And also when I will get the moksha. So now Narad Muni goes to Vaikuntha and he asks, Narayana, what happens? Vishnu. No. The Vishnu says, this cobbler will get the moksha in this life itself. But the Brahmana, he has to take another 100 lifetimes to get the moksha. Okay. So the Narad Muni was perplexed. Why? Because socially he is in sattvic, the Brahmana was in sattvic mode. How he has to take another 100 births, and cobbler is in a Shudra, actually below Shudra. Because cobbler means, who, what is that? Who make chappals, who make the footwear, and they have to deal with flesh, the outer skin of a bull or of a cows and buffaloes. They take that the outer skin of animals and then they make it. So in their family, sometimes they consume the meat also. Okay. But a Vaishnava, when it comes to a devotee, I said, no, the four things: meat eating, illicit relations, gambling, and intoxication. They don't get into that in whatever family they are born. And that's why they become pure. Okay. So it doesn't matter in which varna or which this caste is born. Doesn't matter. He can always become supreme pure. So uh, Narad Muni was perplexed how this cobbler can easily get moksha in this life. So Vishnu says, so you go back, and when you go back, you tell them, they ask this question, right? What I was doing. So you tell them that I was trying to put an elephant into the hole of the needle. Tell them that I was trying to insert an elephant into the hole, into the needle hole. So Narada Muni goes and he says, he went to Brahmana and he says, did you ask when I will get moksha? Yeah, Vishnu said you will take another 100 lifetimes. Immediately the faith of the Brahmana said, what? He must be bluffing. Narad Muni is such a great personality, and he's saying what? I'll get 100 lifetimes. Every day I'm doing puja. Every day I'm worshipping Vishnu. How I have to take another 100 births? He must be bluffing. Then he asked, tell me, okay, what he was doing when you were there. Lord Vishnu was trying to insert an elephant into the needle hole. Immediately the Brahmana started laughing. That, oh, he must be bluffing, what he is doing. Then Narad Muni understood that although he was a Brahmana, he was doing sattvic duties every day, but he has got the ego. Because when you are in that, automatically the ego will come out. Oh, I am greatest person. That will not work in front of the Lord. So that he got the ego and he understood. And he was chastising Narad Muni, who is an Acharya in the Parampara, Guru Parampara. If you see, he is the next disciple of Brahma. And he has got such a long life. He had seen multiple Kali Yugas, multiple Dwapar Yugas, not multiple, I would say, thousands and millions he has seen. And this Brahmana is just a speck out of them. And he is not believing him. Then Narada Muni understood. Okay, now I understand why he'll take. Although he is in Sattvic, it doesn't mean that he will get moksha immediately. No? Then he goes to the cobbler. And with the cobbler, what happens? Again, the same thing. And he asked what Lord was doing. Actually, first he says, when I'll get moksha. And the cobbler says, this life itself, you will get moksha. Immediately, the cobbler starts crying out of love towards Krishna. That, oh, this life the Lord is willing to take me. Okay. But then Narad Muni says, you know what he was doing? He was trying to put an elephant into the needle hole. Again, he starts crying. Oh, the Lord is, he is so powerful. He can do anything. And Narad Muni is saying, what, are you really believing it? Or why are you crying like this? Then he says, see, the Lord has he was sitting under a banyan tree. He said, And he took the small grain, or the seed of a banyan tree which fell down. He said, in this small seed, the Lord has put all the intelligence and that energy required to become such a big tree. Such a big tree's intelligence, that whole thing is there in one small seed. So obviously, how he can easily insert one elephant into needle hole. He can do anything. Then Narad Muni understood that uh, this cobbler, why he is eligible, because he has complete faith in the Lord and also complete faith in Vaishnavas like Narada Muni. Whereas the Brahmana did not even have, like he thought he's bluffing, he's lying. So that is a difference. Actually, there is one verse, I wanted to show that verse. Okay. That verse is, just one moment. It is Brihad Bhagavatamrita, Asmin Ihe Haiva. Okay, I want all of you to recite this. Okay, Asmin Ihe Haiva. Okay, 1 minute. Let's see. Okay, this is that verse. Let me see. And with this, we can close 2, 3, 148. What is it? 2, 4, 83. Brihad Bhagavatam 2, 4, 83. Wisdom only it is coming. Okay. So I will just try to process. Thank you. Who is ready for the first recitation?
I will recite, Prabhu.
Okay. Asmin ihe haiva
Asmin ihe haiva
bhave madan mukhaha
bhave madanmukaha
Now you can see. Iti ashaya tavatyantam
ite ashayatyavatantavatyantam
naritosmi sadagnavat
naritosmi sadagnavat
chalam cha na labhe kinchit
chalam cha na labhe kinchid
yenadyam paripalayan
yenadyam paripalayam
निबन्धं स्वकृतं भ्रातर
निबन्धं स्वकृतं भ्रातर
आनयामि आत्मनः पदम्
आनयामि आत्मनः पदम्.
Okay. Thank you, Mataji. Next devotee.
I can do, Prabhu.
अस्मिन्निहे हैव
Asmin ihe haiva
भवे भावी मदन्मुखः
bhave bhavi madunmukaha
इत्याशया तवात्यन्तम्
ityashaya tavatyantam
नर्तितोऽस्मि सदाज्ञावत्
nartitosmi sadagyanvat
छलं च न लभे किञ्चित्
chalam chana labe kinchit
येनाद्यं परिपालयन्
येनाद्यं परिपालयन्
निबन्धं स्वकृतं भ्रातर्
निबन्धं स्वकृतं भ्रातर्
आनयामि आत्मनः पदम्.
आनयामि आत्मनः पदम्.
Next devotee. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yeah, I can go. I can go. Prabhu.
अस्मिन् इहे हैव
अस्मिन् इहे हैव
भवे भावी मदन्मुखः
भवे भावी मदन्मुखः
इत्याशया तवात्यन्तम्
इत्याशया तवान्त्यन्तम्
नर्तितोऽस्मि सदा ज्ञावत्
नर्तितोऽस्मि सदा ज्ञावत्
फलं च न लभे किञ्चित्
चलं च न लभे किञ्चित्
येनाद्यं परिपालयन्
ये नाद्यं परिपालयन्
निबन्धं स्वाकृतं भ्रातर्
निबन्धं स्वाकृतं भ्रातर्
आनयामि आत्मनः पदम्
आनयामि आत्मनः पदम्
अस्मिन् इहे हैव
अस्मिन् इहे हैव
भावे भावी मदुन्मुखः
भवे भावी मदुन्मुखः
इत्याशया तवात्यन्तम्
इत्याशया तवात्यन्त्यम्
नर्तितोऽस्मि सदा ज्ञावत्
हितोऽस्मि सदा ज्ञावत्
छलं च न लभे किञ्चित्
चलं च न लभे किञ्चित्
येनाद्यं परिपालयन्
येनाद्यं परिपालयन्
निबन्धं स्वकृतं भ्रातर्
निबन्धं स्वाकृतं भ्रातर्
आनयामि आत्मनः पदम्.
आनयामि आत्मनः पदम्.
Yeah, thank you. So the meaning of this is very, very important. See, we are all trying to go back to Godhead, right? But you see, asmin means in this life, maybe in this life, maybe in this life. Asmin ihe haiva bhave bhavi madunmukhaha. Bhave in this material existence. Bhavi, maybe you may be. Mad unmukhaha. Unmukhaha means you might turn towards me. So Krishna is saying to us that maybe in this life you will turn to me. Or maybe in this life you will turn to me. Okay? Asmin. In this or this life. Okay? Ihe haiva. Iha means in this world. Haiva. Again and again. Indeed, he's telling that. Okay? In this life, maybe in this life, maybe in the next life, you will turn towards me. Okay, favorable to me. Mad unmukhaha, you will turn towards me. Okay, iti ashaya. Ashaya means with what? Hope. With this hope, for you, tava atyantam. Okay, tava means you. No, atyantam means what? Endless. Endlessly I'm looking for, I'm having a hope for you. Okay, and what am I doing? Nartitosmi. Nartana means what? Nartana means dance. So I'm dancing in the hope that maybe in this life you will turn towards me. He'll become so happy. Oh, Krishna, he has spoken my word. He has taken my name. So he'll come back to me in this life. He'll turn towards me in this life. He will turn towards me in this life. Like that, every life after life after life, endlessly he is thinking that we will turn towards him, and he's dancing in ecstasy. Krishna is dancing for us. Nartitosmi sadagnavat. Okay, sada means always. Agnavat, like a fool. You see, Krishna saying, I'm dancing like a fool. Every lifetime I'm dancing. That maybe in this life you will come, maybe in this life you will come. But what has happened? Chalam. See, chalam. Chalam chana na labhe. But, let's read this. But I could not find any pretext whatsoever to bring you here without transgressing my own previous commands set down as Vedic laws. But what is that? What does this mean? I could not find any pretext. I'm not able to find any, what is it called? What do you mean by pretext? Some reason to bring you here without what transgressing my. See, he has established the Vedic laws, right? Without my breaking those Vedic laws, I'm not able to bring you. That means that is why he has sends his devotees. The parampara is for that one. That is why he tells to Narad Muni. Okay, tomorrow I will explain this. That Krishna is telling to Narad Muni that only because a pure devotees like you who recommend, I'm taking them back. There he is transgressing. There is breaking the Vedic laws. Okay, so see how Krishna is enthusiastic, so much enthusiastic to bring the souls back to Godhead. He is dancing that he will come, he will turn towards me this life, he will take my names, he'll follow the rules and regulations. But every life we are turning away. Okay, so with this I'll stop here. I thought of telling Tirupana Alvar, but tomorrow I will continue that. Okay, any questions?
Prabhu, I have one question.
Mhm.
Onion and garlic are rajasic, right?
Actually, they come into tamasic.
Tamasic. Okay, but the doctor recommends to eat because it has medicinal qualities and all. So in that case, what we have to do?
So, Mataji, there are so many things. See, okay, you're talking about medicine, right?
Yeah.
But suppose we get some fever. What do we
Mm.
take? What do we take here? Tylenol?
Yeah.
Tylenol. We take Tylenol, one tablet or two tablets, but we don't put it in a tablet and cook the Tylenol and eat.
Oh, okay.
No,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So when we say medicine, the aushadhi, the medicine, the value, the word for medicine in our Sanskrit is aushadhi. Okay,
Mhm.
we don't call masalas. You will not find this word called masala in our this thing.
Mhm.
Everything is an aushadhi for us. That cardamom, cloves,
Yeah,
cinnamon,
yeah.
uh, the bay leaf. What else?
Mhm.
All of these we call as jeera, mustard seeds, fenugreek seeds,
Mhm.
methi. We call everything as an aushadhi. Okay.
Okay.
And those aushadhis, they retain that good qualities when it is taken raw.
Mhm.
Okay. The moment we cook it and all that it goes away. It goes out. Okay. But why we have to come to such a position where we have to take medicines? If we keep ourselves very, very clean and all that, if we are in sattvic guna, we will not get into those illness where we have to take onion and garlic. Okay.
Oh,
Onion
okay.
and garlic is, I'll tell you, there are two ways they have come in. Okay.
Mhm.
That Prabhupada tells this, that it was in the beginning of Kali Yuga, not in this Kali Yuga, I'm talking of so many Kali Yugas before, that a Brahmana wanted to eat the meat of a cow.
Oh.
Brahmana wanted to eat. At that time, Brahmanas were powerful, okay, in the beginning, because
Mhm.
Kali Yuga is not fully eh, what you call manifested, okay. It was in the beginning, so they were still very powerful.
Mhm.
So he got this desire that he wanted to eat meat. And for that, what did he do? I think it was Lord Shiva. I think Lord Shiva or Brahma.
Mhm.
So he again, he had a conversation with them. And they said, okay, you take a dead cow, you just bury the flesh of the cow under in the soil, and this is the mantra. Some mantra it said you do that, then out of the flesh of the cow, a plant will come.
Oh.
Okay, that was onion. So if you cut
Oh.
the flesh of the cow, you see it has layers. That is
Oh.
onion also has layers.
Yeah.
Okay. Then he was told, take the bone of the cow and you do the you just bury it in the soil and say certain mantras. He did that. From that came garlic.
Oh.
So that's why we don't take onion garlic.
Okay.
Okay, because it's as equivalent as taking a meat. It's only that the only uh, what do you call the less which is there, it is the killing of cow is not happening. Okay, a cow is not getting killed, but it has come from the flesh of the cow, and the gunas are not proper. It may not be sinful to eat, I'm saying, like the sinful of eating a meat, the same sins it may not have, that kind of a sin, but still it has the guna, the guna of the cow and sorry, the meat. So that's why we say we don't.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you.
Prabhu, yesterday I heard a story about this onion and garlic in YouTube, which said it was like when Amritam was being distributed.
Right. That
Uh,
was the second story.
yeah.
Because that Amritam that came, no, it is not in this what do you call? See, we have the four Chaturyuga, Satyuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, right? And this keeps on, the cycle keeps on going like this. How many times? 1,000 times it goes. Cycle of Satyuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, Kali Yuga, like this is called one Mahayuga. And 1,000 such cycles becomes one day of Brahma. So this Samudra Manthan that has happened, right? It was in a very in the same day, but so many Mahayugas before.
Okay.
At that time, the onion garlic manifested from the blood of Rahu and Ketu.
Okay. What I heard was it's not the blood, but it's the amrutam. The drops fell from Rahu Ketu, and he was cut off, and that because it came from their mouth. That's why we don't offer to Krishna.
No, it's not like that. See, if that is the case, then we are using cow's urine and cow dung to apply on the Lord only directly.
Yeah.
Okay. It is basically the thing is the gunas. If they are really say we all we worry is guna. Is it a sattvic, rajasic, or tamasic? Okay. So cow dung is supreme pure. If in Vedas it is mentioned, when you touch the stool of an animal or a bone of an animal, you should immediately take bath.
Okay.
Even if you touch the flesh of an animal, you should take bath. But the same thing, go mutra and go mayam, it purifies more. And see, the conch is there. We blow the conch, right? Conch is a bone of an animal. The moment you touch the bone animal, you have to take bath. But here, before we start doing the arati, we blow the conch. Without that, we don't do arati. So in the Vedas, they mention that these are supreme pure. Although they have come from animals, they're supreme pure. Like, what is it called? In Tirumala, they use Punugu Tailam, okay, for the Lord. That is there is a cat called, one kind of a wild cat. In the cat family, it comes, and and it rubs through the woods of certain trees, and it excretes oil. So that oil is used again because it's mentioned in Vedas. The chamaras, the chamara means the whisk, the white called the tail of the yak. Yak tail is called yak means chamaram in Sanskrit, and yak you will find in Himalayan mountain ranges, and the tail of that is used to fan the Lord. Okay.
Okay.
So all these are mentioned in our Vedas. So it doesn't mean whether it comes from mouth or something. The main thing is it is the guna. And that Rahu and Ketu, they did not have, they were not sattvic guna.
Mm.
They were in Rakshasa. Rakshasa were
Rakshasas.
tamasic. Okay, so that's why we don't take it.
Okay.
So that happened in the previous Mahayugas. Okay, the latest Mahayuga, like in when because after certain Mahayugas, what happens is there's a complete destruction that happens. Okay, so again, everything Brahma has to create, right? So when he creates the story, the histories will change. How the onion and garlic they again appear. So is it clear, Mataji?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay. Yeah. So what I heard was like, when they were eating, they were drinking the Amrita, and Mohini Avatar, she
Yeah.
again left, released the Sudarshana and cut the heads off.
Rahu and Ketu.
Actually, basically, it is one person.
Yes, one person.
One person, but because they have already consumed the Amrita, it could not, that Rakshasa could not be killed.
Yeah.
So the head was separate and the body was separate, and both were living. Then they brought one snake, uh, you know, and they attached they cut the head of the snake, and that snake had a multiple hoods again. So that hood was put onto the headless body, and the tail of the snake was attached to the bodiless head.
Oh,
That's why then they became Rahu and Ketu, two different entities.
okay.
Yeah. And from the blood of Rahu, which when it fell down, came the onion, and from the blood of Ketu came the garlic. That's what they say.
Yeah, I heard this before, but yesterday it was like new story when
Hmm.
I heard that.
Some stories might change because same Ramayana as a
Yeah.
that the how Sagar was formed. There are two different variations. You'll find it. Bhagavatam says one thing, and the other Mahabharata says another thing. You'll find so many contradictions, but they're not contradictions. They had happened at multiple different days of Brahma, basically, which we call as Kalpa Bhedam.
Mhm.
Veda means difference. Kalpa means the day of Brahma. So Kalpa Veda means the different days of Brahma, these things happen.
Okay.
So that's the thing. Okay. Any other doubts?
Prabhuji, I have one more doubt, but it's not comes under this topic. So if you are okay, I can ask or
What is the doubt?
some
I'll
other day.
just note it down.
No, no, no. Just for this Sade Sat and all, we believe in India, but here how they will believe and how they will suffer, Prabhuji?
Sade Sat is about
Yeah,
the, what is that? It is a
there is Sade Sat Panchamishani.
It's
So
Shani,
about
we
right?
will suffer more like 3.5 years, and after that we will get whatever we want. Or be first half we will get whatever we want, and second half we will suffer like that.
Mhm.
It comes like some Rashi depends on some Rashi. It
Yeah,
will
yeah, yeah. It's all
comes. Yeah,
astrology. All
yeah,
based
yeah, yeah,
on astrology. And
yeah,
when
yeah.
you have Shukra Dasha, we call it
Mm.
Dasha. That means the period of your life in which
Mhm.
and who is the ruler, basically. And in
Mhm.
horoscope, there'll be that the houses will be mentioned,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Uh-huh.
eighth house, seventh house, sixth house, and all of those.
Mhm.
And Shani rules, basically, they say 6.5 years to 7 years. Sometimes
Mhm.
for my nakshatra, it is 9 years. Shani rules for 9 years. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
It varies from one nakshatra to another nakshatra who is born in that. But I'll let
Mhm.
tell you, the greatest things have happened to me in the Shani Dasha for me.
Mm.
So for devotees, it doesn't matter. Materially, yes, there might be some loss, but actually, Shani brings closer to the Lord.
Uh-huh.
He brings closer, then only we turn
Mhm.
towards the Lord.
Yeah. True.
Otherwise, but that is how the Lord has created this, that you do this thing, you do this thing, you do this thing. Shukra Dasha, although we get materially everything, but we have to be very careful because we'll commit lot of that bad karma in the Shukra Dasha only, out of
Mhm.
ego and out of that.
Okay. No, Prabhu, my question is, we Indians, like Hindus only, we believe in that. So other than Hindus, like Christians, Muslims, and even foreigners also, they don't believe. But do they suffer like
They
Sade
have to
Satanga?
suffer. Yeah, because these devatas are not Hindu specific devatas.
Mm.
They are, it doesn't matter whether you believe, even for atheists, they are there. See, the I told the hellish planets, this one,
Mhm. Mhm.
Patala, Vitala, and below this are Naraka Lokas. It doesn't
Ah.
matter whether that person believes or not, whether he believes Krishna, whether he believes Jesus, doesn't
Mm.
matter. Everybody has to go down. Okay.
Mhm.
Actually, I want to take this topic later, but I'll just give you a summary.
Uh-huh.
What Jesus have told in Bible is taken from our Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay, because
Uh-huh.
he came to in there is a book called Aquarian of Gospel. In that it is written that he comes to Kashmir. He accepts a guru in Kashmir. Then he goes
Mhm.
to Jagannath Puri, and he
Oh.
learns this Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam from there. And then he takes the name of Krishna to the west.
Mhm.
That became Christ. Okay, but in the Bible, if you see, Brahma is there, but his name is Abraham. And who is
Oh.
Abraham's wife? You know?
Saraswati. Brahma
No.
was Saraswati.
We say
Abraham.
Saraswati. What do they say?
I don't know.
Sarah.
Sarah. Oh.
Where did that Sarah word came?
Ah, yeah.
Saraswati.
Saraswati.
You will find Matsyavatara pastimes in Bible.
Mm-hmm.
Kurma avatar pastimes you will find in Bible. How they will, how everything can be so coincidental.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't matter. So even in, I'll tell you in, what is it? In Islam, okay? Islam was flourishing, Muhammad, because Muhammad appearance is mentioned in our Bhavishya Purana. Jesus appearance is mentioned in our Bhavishya Purana.
Mm-hmm.
Muhammad had to come in such a in at a time when
Mm-hmm.
the people were so barbaric. Barbaric means that a person does not know the difference between mother, daughter, and sister and wife.
Oh.
That like that people were there.
Mm-hmm.
If a person has to marry another girl or kind of this thing, then that person has to kill the head of the family. Then only he'll marry. So it was so barbaric.
Mm-hmm.
And that is why he has to bring in the rules, and the rules are very basic. Don't marry your daughter. Don't marry your, it basically says don't have sex with your daughter. Don't mate with your mother.
Mm-hmm.
Like that rules are there in Islam
Mm-hmm.
because people were so barbaric. So in that, right, although the Muhammad says that there is, the Lord is a power, is impersonal. Impersonal means there is no form to the Lord, like that uh, Islam says. But at the end, if you see, he leaves the hint,
Mm-hmm.
that there is a personal form of God, and he is bluish black. The color of that God is also mentioned in Islam.
Mm-hmm.
So why? And again in Bhavishya Purana it comes, Muhammad came to Haridwara, and that's where he gets initiation. He takes bath in Ganga, he takes initiation, he learns the knowledge, and then he goes to Saudi, that side, and he preaches. So if you see, everything is our Sanatana Dharma. It doesn't matter whether that person believes or not. These things are there. See, when we saw Chandra, no, does the Christian also see Chandra?
Yeah.
Yeah, they also see, we also see.
Yeah.
We also see Surya, they also see Surya.
Mm-hmm.
We all of us have the historical evidence and proof for everything that is happening. They don't have it, and they contemplate and they speculate, they make theories. We don't do that.
Mhm.
Follow as per what Shastra says, exactly we done.
Okay.
You see Mahabharata, in Mahabharata, the Bhagavad Gita itself, okay, there is a verse which will come, okay, Shaibhyascha. Have you heard of this? I'll
Shai. Yes. Cha.
Bhagavad Gita in the first chapter itself, Shaibhya will come, okay, Shaibhya 1.4 to 6, okay. Let me show you this. Vedam is 1.4. Viratasya Drupadasya Maharata. Let's see this chapter 1. Advanced view. I just need the verse text. Okay. No purport. I don't need purport.
1.5, I think, Prabhu.
Correct. 1.5 here. See, Drishtaketuschekitanaha Kashirajasya Viryavan Purujit Kunti Bhojascha Shaibhyascha Nara Pungavaha. This Shaibhya. So here, Duryodhana is telling who are all there um, on the sides of Pandavas. Drishtaketu, Chekitana, Kashi Raja is there, Purujit is there, Kunti Bhoja is there, Shaibhya is there. This Shaibhya, where is this king from? He's from Japan. Even today, you will find in the heart of Tokyo, you will find. It's called Shibuya. They call it Shibuya now. But it's nothing but Shaibhya. And there is a huge imperial palace. Look at this. This palace, this imperial palace, which they say. This area is nothing but Shibuya.
Mm-hmm.
And the king was from Shaibhya. Kunti Bhoja means what? That king who came from Kunti. Kunti Bhoja is a kingdom name. Like that, Shaibhya is a kingdom name. And that king came from this Shibuya place. Okay. And even if you go to the deeper this thing of Japanese temples and all, you'll find Ganesha, you'll find Lakshmi.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
In all the temples, you'll find it. Okay. How come even today in Lebanon and all this Middle East, we have linga? Shiva lingas are there. In all this, in Turkey and all that, you'll find Shiva lingas.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, they say even, I don't know the proof because that's what I heard, that Jeddah is there, no? What Riyadh, the Jeddah, where is that? Medina. What is this Muslims, this thing? Makkah, Medina.
Makkah, Medina.
Makkah. I think to go to Makkah, they have to go to Medina or Jeddah somewhere, right? In that Makkah, they say that is actually Shiva's temple.
Yeah. I also heard about that, Prabhu.
Yeah, they say that because there is Dwadasha, what is it called? See, the Shiva temples, there are 12 Shiva temples, very famous in our India, right?
Bara Jyotirlinga.
Jyotirlingas, yes, Dwadasha Jyotirlingas. Apart from the Jyotirlingas 12, there are another 12, and there are another 24 that comes in. So 64 Jyotirlingas are there. Actually, 128. Okay. But out of that, only 12 we know. In that 128 list, if you see, Makkah will come.
Oh,
And
okay.
then 120 somewhere, Turkey will also come,
Mm-hmm.
Azerbaijan. Azerbaijan is a Hindu, proper Hindu kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
Even today, there are Hindus and there is because they have the fire coming out of the land just like that. So all the Agnihotris, Agnihotri means someone who is worshipping Agni, the fire. All that Pandits, they're called Agnihotris. Their natural place of worship is this one, Azerbaijan.
Oh.
And today there is, I think, there is some accident also happened in Azerbaijan. One flight crashed. The domestic flight crashed. Yeah. So, point is, it doesn't matter whether he believes or not. See, whether you believe that the fire will burn you or not, it doesn't matter. Anyone who puts a hand in the fire, it will burn. Whether he believes like that does not matter whether what we believe.
Mm-hmm.
All these things are there, And to rule all these people, they are different administrative classes. Who? Rahu,
Mhm.
Ketu, Kuja, and all of them, Shani, they're all different administrators.
Mhm.
All. For one, the Dallas County, we have like 1,000 people as administrators. For
Mhm.
the entire universe, this one universe, how many
Mhm.
administrators we must be having? And that's why we have 33 crores of
Mhm.
administrators. Hmm?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got it, Prabhu. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you. We'll just chant Hare Krishna mantra 3 times, okay? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna.